Hey everybody, my name is Jason. Um, I'm back. Uh, I just checked some of my um, feed, I guess. That's what you want to call it. Turns out I have 4 subscribers now, which I mean, it still is not a lot by any means, but at least like 4 random people. Well, I did invite somebody or gave somebody a link. But at least 3 of those subscribers are random people that found my channel. Um, yeah. Uh, Beyond that, I haven't done my chores today yet. I went out to a group meeting. Um, and I did some art with with some staff to the company that I am connected with. Um, Still don't know what to call it. Also, this is probably the main portion of what I want to talk about. Um, I finished Loki season 2, um, or watching it, and I might talk about it. It might involve spoilers. Who knows? Um, let's see. Anything else? Running out of food, I guess, in my house. Um, Trying to get by. It's kind of tough. It's hard being an adult. Um, let's see. I don't know. I don't know if I talked about this. I might sound like I'm repetitive, but there was a notice on my door a few days ago that talked about how I was going to be kicked out of the apartment if I didn't pay a certain amount of money. I went to go talk with the staff there, and they said it was a mistake. And I'm still scared that or paranoid that by the end of the month something will go through and I'll end up having to leave the apartment. I was de-stressing in the shower. I just got out of the shower as well. Kind of like nervous and anxious. This is my first place and I don't want to lose it because of some mistake or error that I made on accident. Um, but with Loki, the show, I bought a subscription to Disney Plus, and I'm now watching TV. And I have to tell you, it actually helps a lot with all the mental issues. It's good to just get out of the head and zone out and watch TV. Had a wicked nightmare last night. It was really horrible. Trying to get away from those kinds of things. Um, so the show itself, uh, it's really complicated. It's like way too complex for me to understand. Um, there's a lot of there's a lot of time travel. There's there's some combat, but there's some fighting, but there isn't that much fighting. There's trickery by Loki where he does his mischief. Um, and he overall over the whole 2 seasons, he slowly turns good. Um, and by the end of it, he makes the ultimate sacrifice for the friends around him to save uh, multiple timelines from being destroyed. Uh, by giving everyone else around him a chance to function normally. And he's just sort of stuck on a throne forever, keeping everything alive. That I said there would be spoilers. Uh, it was a good show to watch. Ultimately, I didn't like the ending. I liked the beginning and middle parts of season 2, and I even liked most of the final the final episode of season 2. It's just that ending where he sacrifices himself. I would rather him be in like a like be in a sort of situation where nobody knows what's happened to him, and it's up to the viewer to make the assumption of where he's gone and what he's done. But I guess the show is meant to show that Loki has fully turned good and will self-sacrifice for the sake of good. The main difference in that series is that he has friends, that he's grown friends in his relationships with people, and he cares about others, or he learns to care about others. And the egoism and his sneakiness doesn't go away, his mischief doesn't go away, but he does ultimately use everything for good to keep the timeline stable. Yeah. I would just rather. I like the direction of them pulling him towards being good, but I would rather there be like a like something pulling him to try to be bad, and then the greater thing being good, and then the end of the season being you don't know where he's at. You know what I mean? You don't know what side he's chosen because he's the god of mischief, so he chooses. He picks his own sort of path. But I guess that also does mean he did pick his own path in the series, so yeah. I'm starting to repeat my own words. I'm sorry. I wish life was more simpler like a TV show. I wish that I could go through all these adult things and do all these adult things and just focus on the positive and talk about the positive and the good things in life. Like that show, which I really liked. It inspired me with the idea that I could possibly write my own story. Because of the comic that I was working on, I was 7 pages in. Somebody stole them. So I figured a few days ago when I was in the middle of watching Loki, since I was having like a break from reality, like why couldn't I just make a complete pure literature of the comic I was going to work on, or the comic that I was going to make, and create that instead. And maybe add pictures of the characters. I wanted it to be semi-comic-esque or I would like it to be semi-comic-esque where there are pictures dotted throughout the book of different moments in the book itself. of just like all the main characters and the main villains, how they were to specifically look, so that maybe one day somebody might, a publisher or somebody from a video game company might see it and might be like, hey, I like this. Because ultimately, the comic that I was trying to make, I have fantasies of turning it into a video game. And in the situation that I'm at, I'm not capable of doing that. My therapist said I have a lot of potential. Said that I could try to go to college and try to restart everything since I've had an apartment. Since I have an apartment. I think that's okay. I think I've finished everything that I wanted to say. I've also noticed that I've been scooching, avoiding a lot of my duties in the house this week. From taking the dog out to feeding her to doing the dishes in the trash is fine for now. But eventually it's going to get bad. And my Bible studies are getting affected. I haven't done them for 2 days out of the week. I've been pulling away from it, and I need to get back into that. Yeah. Whoever is watching this, and there's actually a chance somebody out of my subscriber list is gonna listen to this, and if you are, hey, you give it a fat man meaning. Because I want to like, I during the artistic session in our group meeting today, they were talking about positive qualities about people, and I said that I like to make people laugh, and I do. I don't just want to make vlogs. I want to be a goofball. I want to be stupid. I want to be such an idiot that people smile. But it's just that life is hitting me so hard, and my depression is getting to me so much. It's hard to be creative. It's hard to do anything like that. Like, I still want to do Let's Plays. I still want to like play video games and do things like that online. But I only have a laptop on me. I don't know what I could do. Maybe I could not stream. I don't know how to stream. Like record League of Legends. I'm shooting for something. But it's hard to find the motivation and the creativity to want to do those things. It's like I'm fighting myself on it. I want to do Let's Plays. It's a career goal. Probably one of the more healthier things that I've fantasized about in my life. Some of the more realistic things I want to try are like to actually write a book or to work on a video game. I'm a good writer, and I have this whole world set up in my head of how like boss fights, plot twists, how to catch the reader's attention, that kind of thing. I want it to be like a novel, not like a novel for like old teenagers or young adults, but with a focus on it being action packed and I want to say I do specialize in plot twists. I like to keep people on their toes and have them pay attention to everything in the story as much as they can. Um, I like gripping emotions, making people feel for the characters. Um, there's so much in it that I could talk about, but I would be spoiling a lot of it. And that's the whole thing about, I guess, writing for me is I want to talk about it, but I haven't written it yet. And I need to find the motivation to get up every day and work on it, which is extremely tough. I don't know how to do that. But I've taken up enough time. Thank you for watching. If you're a subscriber, keep on subscribing. Please comment down below if you have anything to say. Any advice is appreciated. Any comments, hopefully not negative ones. Any positive criticisms or just positive comments to encourage me to keep doing this. That would help a lot. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.